Good morning. So binago ko yung yung um, laboratory. Meron kayong bagong laboratory. Check ko muna yung attendance. Okay. So, di ba last meeting, pinahabol ko yung module 1 para doon lang muna mag-focus. So, yung mga late enrollees, ngayon naman, magpo-focus kayo para sa module 2. So, hindi ko na i-open ang module 1 for late enrollees. Module 2 naman. Then yung module 3 and yung module 3, ngayon naman natin siya. So, naka-open naman yon. So, later, after the discussion, pwede nyo nasagutan yung module 2 for the late enrollees. So, let me check your attendance first. Abelio, Albior, Amor. Amor Solo, Banares. Amorsol. Christine Amorsol. Banares, Bandino, Bantolino. Where Amorsol? Bihasa, Biniegas. Calaguas. Conzon, Cruz, Lucena, sa Cruz, si John Clyde de la Cruz Domingo. Ni Fajardo, Garcias, Gran. Hiling, Huevos, Junio, Lau. Junio, Lau. Lázaro Lopez Milana. For Lopez, John Lloyd. Montero, Montojo, Nator. Neric Nievas. Ogay. Oro, Pelanjana, Santiago. Santos, Sato, Sembrano. Texon, Ulbata, Usman. Camiseta Yodico. 46. Okay, so I will check again later um your attendance. So, balik muna natin dito sa ating module. So, for our deadlines, we have so wala na kayo dito na ungraded, di ko naman siya pinublish. So, yeah, assessment task graded. Discussion 3 tapos na. So, yung simulation, so bago po yung ating simulation na ngayon, so pwede nyo na siyang i-simulate. So, hanggang hating gabi. Then we have the assignment for momentum, impulse, and collision. So, this is by group by which gagawa ko kayo later ng breakout sa breakout room para sagutan ang assignment 3. Then we have the quiz 3. So, open na siya today at hanggang bukas ang kanyang hanggang bukas. Now, we also have here the Hooke's law, stress and strain. So, pabasa na lang siya. But this one is not included naman in your quiz. But maybe in the final exam, so mamaya pa manonood na lang tayo ng mga videos for the Hooke's law and strain. So let us now discuss about the momentum, the impulse, and collision. So first, so the linear momentum of a particle or an object that can be modeled as a particle of mass m moving with a velocity v is defined to be the product of the mass and velocity. So product momentum is a vector, as we can see, because there's an arrow, no? So that's equal to mass times the velocity vector. If that's the case, the unit would be, the unit for mass is kilogram, and the SI unit for velocity is meter per second. So the unit for momentum is kilogram meter per second. So linear momentum is a vector quantity. Its direction is the same as the direction of the velocity. If the velocity is going to the right, then its momentum is also going to the right. It is also known as inertia in motion. So, nakalagay dito, only moving object has momentum. Only moving. So, why? Because momentum nga is equal to mass times velocity. So, kahit ano pa yung mass mo, if your velocity is zero, which is not moving, then wala siyang momentum. Kasi nga, zero magiging momentum. Kaya, only moving objects, excuse me, has momentum. So what is the momentum of a 50 kilogram cart moving with a velocity of 5i hat minus 2j hat? So simple lang siya. So ang ating momentum again is mass times the velocity vector. So if that's the case, so this is 50 times 5i hat minus 2j hat. So what is our momentum? And that is 250 I hat minus 2 j hat. So if I ask you, what would be letter P? What is P? Ay, but wait lang. So that would be 250 times, so this is 100 j hat. So what is our momentum? If we're going to get the magnitude, (269.26 kilogram meter per second. Now, how about the theta? So, ang theta is always the arctangent of the y. So, take note that would be absolute value tayo. So, 100 divided by 250. So, ano yung angle? 21.8 degrees. Now, so nasa ang quadrant ba yan? Kung ang I mo ay positive, then ang J mo ay or Y is negative. So this must be in the fourth quadrant. So therefore, pwede natin sabihin yung pinakampi natin is 269.26 kilogram meter per second. Then yung angle natin, so dahil nasa fourth quadrant, pwede natin sabihin negative 21.8 degrees. So kung ayaw nyo nan, so that would be 21.8 degrees south of east. Kasi fourth quadrant is nasa south of east. Between south and east. Nakuha to sa poll problem number 1. Although, pinapakuha lang naman is momentum. But if we're as for the direction, then 21.8 degrees south of east or negative 21.8 degrees. Kung ayaw nyo pa rin yan, pwedeng 360 minus 21.8. So still, yung pa rin yung ating angle. So number 2, a 3 kilogram particle, so we have mass is 3 kilogram. with the velocity vector, so vector ang natin given, 3i hat minus 4j hat. Find its x and y components of momentum and the magnitude of its total momentum. So first, the momentum is simply equal to 3 times the velocity. So what is now the momentum? So that would be 9i hat minus 12j hat. So we are asked to determine for the x component ng ating momentum. So that would be 9 kilogram meter per second. Now for the y component of our momentum, so that would be negative 12 kilogram meter per second. Now what is the magnitude? So what is the magnitude? Pinagsama na yan. What's the magnitude of our momentum? Magnitude lang ha, hindi na pinakawaan direction. $15, eksakto. So that must be 15 kilogram meter per second. So this is the momentum. Momentum at x is 9. Momentum at y is negative 12. Now for the magnitude, that would be 15. Question sa ating momentum. So momentum is simply mass times the velocity vector. Okay, so let us now relate momentum with the impulse. So impulse is the product of the net force and the time interval for which the force act. Now, kung titingnan natin, force. Ano bang unit ng force? Newton. And Newton is kilogram meter per second squared. Now, kapag tinimes mo siya sa time, which is in seconds, ang magiging unit is kilogram meter per second. So, ibig sabihin, yung impulse pala, may relationship with the momentum. So, whenever a net force acts on an object, it accelerates according to the Newton's second law of motion. Thus, velocity changes it at a given period of time, resulting to change in momentum of the objects. So, impulse is equal to the change in momentum. So, ayan. So, I is equal to F net delta T. Ito yon, which is also equal to the change in momentum. So, pwede natin sabihin, if F net or F delta T is equal to change in momentum, ano ba yung momentum? Mass times velocity. So, that would be mass. Dahil nga momentum siya, may change, meaning ang velocity natin, we have final velocity minus the initial velocity. So, pwede natin gamitin yan. So, ayan. So, which is also equivalent to this. So, impulse is change in momentum or force times the time. So, sample problem. Number 3. In a particular crash test, a car of mass 1.5. So, the mass is 1.5. Collides with a wall. So, this is not shown naman. So, let's say, meron tayong wall, tumama siya dun sa wall. The initial and final velocities of the car, so given tayo, initial velocity is negative 15 I hat. So, and then, ang ating final velocity is 2.60 I hat. Actually, pwede natin i-write to as a vector kasi naka-ij. Diba? If the collision lasts, so the time lasts for 0.15 seconds. Find the impulse caused by the collision and the average force exerted on the car. So, ang kailangan nating makuha, impulse and the force, yung ating Fnet. So, ano ang una nating pwedeng magamit na formula? I is the change in momentum. So, ano ngayon ang ating impulse? We have mass, which is 1.5, and times final velocity, so 2.60, then minus the initial velocity. So what is now the impulse? Vector to vector. Take note that this is in I hat, parehas. Yung ating final and initial. So what is the vector? 26,400. So this is 26,400 I hat kilogram meter per second. And actually, we can say, lagay na lang natin dito, that the magnitude or letter I is 26,400 kilogram meter per second. Next, we need to get the force. But I, vector I, is also equal to the force times change in time. So, pwede natin makuha ngayon yung vector, yung force natin. And that is simply I divided by delta T. So, what is now the force? So, we have 26,400. And this is I hat. Then divided by the time is 15.15. So what is now the vector F? So 176,000. So this is in I hat. Then the unit is Newton. Now, kung kukunin naman natin ang kanyang magnitude, wala naman J, walang K. So 176,000 Newton. So yun yung ating magnitude. So, depende guys kung anong pinapakuha. So, pag tinanong what is the vector force? So, 176,000 I hat. Now, if magnitude, 176,000. Pag may vector lang naman ang pinapahanap, then kailangan natin lagyan ng I, J, or K. Nakuha to number 3, sample problem number 3. Yes. Okay, next. For the conservation of linear momentum, the momentum of an isolated system is constant. The vector sum of the momenta of all the objects of a system cannot be changed by interactions within the system. If one part of the system is given a momentum in a given direction, then some other part of or parts of the system must simultaneously be given exactly the same momentum in the opposite direction. So in collision, the total momentum before and after collision remains unchanged. So ito yan guys. Momentum before is equal to momentum after. So in a collision, laging ganyan. Momentum before is equal to momentum after. So syempre, para magkaroon ng collision, we have two objects dapat na moving. Kaya yan, we have M1, this is the formula for momentum, plus the total momentum ng another object, then plus kung tatlo man yung magbabanggaan, then we have another. Then equal siya sa momentum final. So pwede natin to M1, gawin natin to V1, V1I, meaning initial, V1, V1I. Ito naman, object 2, may mass yung object 2 mo, may velocity sa object 2, but this is initial. And then is equal to V1, F na lang lagay natin, then V2, F for the final. So again, momentum before is equal to momentum after, whether it is elastic or perfectly inelastic sa parehas. Now, for the perfectly elastic collision is defined as one in which there is no loss of kinetic energy. So kapag perfectly elastic, ito yung ating i-consider. So again, momentum before is equal to momentum after. Pero pagdating sa kinetic energy before is also equal to the kinetic energy after. So ano bang formula ng kinetic energy? 1/2 mv squared. Kaya 1/2 m1 initial ni object 1, v1 squared. Kinetic energy naman to ni second object. So but this is initial. Now equal 1/2 m1 v1 final velocity. Ito naman is final velocity ni object 2. So this is for perfectly elastic collision. So let's have an example here for the perfect elastic collision. So let us consider case 1. We have two objects with the same mass. The velocity, so ito is wala pang collision, mass 1 is moving with the velocity 1, mass 2 is at rest. Now, after collision, ano nangyari? Si mass 1 naging velocity niya ay 0. Then si mass 2 naman ngayon ang gumalaw. This is after collision. So, what do you think is the best example dito sa ating case 1? Any idea or can you give me some example ng head-on elastic collision for case 1 na parehas ng mass? So saan yung application natin dito sa everyday life na nakikita nyo na pwedeng mangyari? So, can you give me a scenario na pwede natin gamitin yung case 1 na perfectly elastic collision? Same mass. Okay. Sa billiard, yes, correct. Sa billiard, pareha sila. Yung cue ball, pero ito yung tinatawag natin sa billiard, yung stop ball. Pag tinira mo yung number, then magi-stop si cue ball. Tapos ang mangyari, yung siya naman, yung tinira ang gagalaw. So meaning, ito pala yung logic doon. Kung ano yung velocity ni cue ball, siya yung magiging velocity nung tinira mo after the collision. Pero kung stop ball lang nangyari, guys, yung biglang tumigil si cue ball after the collision. So yan, sa for case 1. Now for case 2, as we can see here, si mass 1 is moving. Si mass 2, hindi siya nag-move, pero mas malaki si mass 1. So after collision, ano nangyari? Pareha silang moving. Si mass 1, approximately, kung ano yung velocity niya ng una, ganun pa rin yung velocity niya. Pero pagdating kay mass 2, ang nangyari sa velocity niya ay twice the velocity of mass 1. Naging mas mabilis. So, if you want, try natin dito para, sige, cue ball ulit, cue ball sa billiard. Tapos, ang titirahin mo ay Jolene. So, ang mangyayari pala, kapag tinira mo yung may velocity si cue ball, tapos tinamaan yung Jolene at rest, mas magiging mas mabilis yung Jolene. at ang equivalent niya ay twice the velocity of your cue ball. Okay, so that is for case 2. Now for case 3, baligtad naman ngayon. Yung object is not moving. Yung mass 2, yung mas malaki. Pero yung mas maliit, yung mass 1, ang moving. So anong nangyari after collision? So this is for illustration for perfectly elastic. So napansin, after the collision, the velocity of the mass na mas mabigat remains the same or approximately equal to 0. Then what happened to the mass 1? Nag-bounce back siya. So kung ano man yung velocity ni mass 1, yung pa rin naman na kanyang velocity. But this time, after the collision, with opposite direction. Dun sa case 2, naging twice yung velocity ng mas maliit. Pero ito, mas maliit siya, pero hindi naging twice. Naging negative lang yung kanyang direction. But the same magnitude of the velocity. Okay tayo dito sa perfectly elastic collision for the illustration. So again, for perfectly elastic collision, anong tatandaan? Momentum before is equal to momentum after. Then, kinetic energy is also conserved. So let's have a sample problem. So a ball of mass 0.25 kilogram. Ball, so mass 1 would be 0.25 kilogram. And a speed 5 meter per second. So, ang velocity natin nito initial ay 5 meter per second. Head on with a ball of, so ating mass 2, meron siyang 0.75 kilogram. Which is the initial velocity V2I is 0. If the collision is elastic, yan, elastic, what are the final velocity? So, nawawala yung V1F and V2F. So, dahil nga elastic, momentum before is equal to momentum after. So, ano yung magiging equation natin? M1, so that would be 0.25 times velocity. That would be 5. Plus M2, 0.75 times 0 is equal to M1 ulit, 0.25, but this is final velocity, V1F. Then plus mass 2, 0.75, then V2F. Okay, so ito cancel. So pwede natin sila lahat i-divide by 0.25. So if we divide that 0.25, so we have 5 is equal to V1F plus 3 V2F. Nakuha natin to guys. Nakuha ba to? Kasi divisible by 0.25 kaya naging equation. So we can also say that if you want to solve for V1F, that would be 5 minus 3 V2F. Okay, so dalawa yung ating unknown, so we need two equations. So since nagamit na natin yung momentum before is equal to momentum after, since this is elastic, meaning kinetic energy. So momentum before equals momentum after. So gagamitin naman natin ngayon yung kinetic energy. So kinetic energy before is equal to kinetic energy after. So ang formula, di ba? 1/2 M1 0.25 M1 then V1I squared. And the V1I pala natin ay 5 squared plus 1 half. M2 is 0.75. Then velocity initial squared is 0. Then squared equal 1 half ulit. M1 is 0.25. Then ito yung V2 final. V1 final. V1 final squared plus 1 half 0.75. Then this is V2 F squared. Okay? So meron tayong makakancel. Then lahat sila is divisible by 1 half. So cancel na rin natin yung 1 half. Tanggal na yung 1 half. At pwede uli silang lahat i-divide by 0.25. So kung i-divide natin by 0.25, so 25 yung una. Kasi 5 square equal B1 F squared. Then plus 3 V sub 2 F squared. Okay. So, ayun yung ating equation 2. So, ang gagawin ngayon natin is a substitute natin. Diba? So, 25 is equal to, ang B1F ay ito. So, this is 5 minus 3 B2F. But this is squared. Then plus 3 B2F squared. So, lagay natin dito sa taas, no? So, 25, expand. So, square natin yung 5 minus 3 V2F. So, pag in-expand natin yan, so that would be square the first term is 25. Then, get the product, then times 2. So, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15 times 2. So, that would be negative 30. Then, V2F. Then, square the last term. So, that would be plus 9 V2F squared. Then, plus 3 V2F squared. So, we can cancel the 25 pag transpose. And as we can see, magiging negative 30 V2F. Then plus 12 V2F squared is equal to 0. So may common factor sa kanila, guys. Ano yung common factor? Pwede natin ilabas. 6, di ba? 6 V2F. So, pag nilabas natin yung sa na ba ito ilalagay? Hindi na kasya. So, magiging 6 B2F then times negative 5 plus 2 B2F which is equal to 0. So, first factor, ito, i-equate natin sa 0. So, ano ang V2F? Pag in-equate natin sa 0, so 6 V2F is equal to 0. So, therefore, V2F is 0. So, kung ang V2F ay 0, ano naman ang V1F? So, ito yung nakabox. Kung ito ay 0, then 5 ang kanyang velocity. Now, ikalawa, kasi dalawang pwedeng mangyari. Pwedeng si V2F ay 0, then yung initial velocity naman isa ay 5. So, pwede rin kapag kinonsider naman natin ay ito. So, negative 5 plus 2 V2F is equal to 0. So, therefore, V2F is equal to, kapag nilipat natin, magiging positive 5. So 5 over 2, which is 2.5 meter per second. So kung ang V2F mo ay 2.5, ano ang V1F? So substitute ulit natin dito. So 5 minus 3 times 2.5, and that will give us negative 2.5. So yun yung ating mga sagot. Okay? So if the final velocity of the second object is 0, then the final velocity of the object 1 is 5 meter per second. But if the final velocity of the object 2 is 2.5 meter per second, then the final velocity of the object 1 is negative 2.5. Nakuha itong sample problem number 4. Question tayo dito sa sample problem number 4 natin. Question. Again kapag perfectly elastic ay yun ang ating i-consider. Momentum before is equal to momentum after. Then, kinetic energy before is also equal to kinetic energy after. Now, kapag inelastic, so ganun uli, momentum is conserved. Momentum before is also equal to the momentum after. However, when it comes to the kinetic energy, this is not conserved. So, ano mangyayari? Kinetic energy before, so yun pa rin yung formula. Pagdating sa after, kapag nakalagay inelastic, naging iisa na lang yung velocity. So, kung ano man ang velocity ni object 1, that would be also the velocity of object 2. So, all we have to do is to multiply this by 1/2, then m1 plus m2. Actually, pwede na nga natin tanggalin ng 1/2 kasi makakancel din naman to. Yan, pwede na natin itong tanggalin. So, m1 v1 squared plus m2 v2 squared is equal to m1 plus m2. Isasum lang pala natin yung masses nila, then times the final velocity. So, again, that is for inelastic. So, sa elastic, magkaiba sila ng velocities after collision. Pagdating sa inelastic, naging isa ang velocity ng object 1 mo at object 2 or object 3 kung ilan man sila nag-collide. So that is the difference between the elastic and the inelastic. Okay, so for the perfectly inelastic, so we have here the before and after. So we have two objects, mas object 1 and object 2. So ang nangyari, momentum before, so that would be m1 v1 plus m2 v2 syempre. But after, naging m1 plus m2 times the v2. So nag-join together sila. So kinetic energy naman, 1/2 m1 v1 squared plus 1/2 m1 v2 squared. Pagdating dun sa after, 1/2 m1 plus m2 then v2 squared. So, ayan naman nangyari sa kanilang kinetic energy. Okay? So, nag-iba ang kanilang velocity. So, we have here the conservation of momentum. m1 v1 is equal to m1 plus m2 v2, which means that the final velocity is equal to m1 over m1 plus m2 times the velocity 1. That is if we want to get the final velocity if colliding tayo ng two objects. Now, these are the ratio of kinetic energies before and after collision, then fraction of energy loss in the collision. So, let's have sample here. A 1,000 kilogram car stop. So, M1 is 1.8. So, kung nakastop siya, initial velocity niya ay V1I is 0. Then, meron tayong mass 2 which is 900 kilogram. And meron siyang speed. Initial velocity niya ay 20. So what is the common velocity of the cars as they move together after collision? So ano daw yung magiging velocity niya after the collision? Actually, ito lang siya. M1 plus over M1 plus M2 times the initial velocity ng I. Kaso magiging 0. So, again, paano natin ito kukunin? So, in elastic, again, kunin natin yung before and after. So, before, ano yung momentum natin before? So, doon muna tayo sa momentum before equals momentum after. So, that would be 1/8 times V1. So, 0. Plus M2 900. Then V2 20 is equal to M1 plus M2. Then, final velocity nila is iisa na lang. So, cancel natin to. So, this becomes, what's now the final velocity? So, this is 900 times 20. And this is divided by 27. So, what is the final velocity? So, 6.67 meter per second. So, that would be its velocity after they collide. Question dito sa number problem 5. None. Okay. So, sample problem number 6. So, again, ang nangyari, pinag-isa na lang yung kanilang velocity. So, momentum before is equal to momentum after but with the same velocity na sila. So, eto yung nangyari. Yung isa, 1,500 kilogram car. So, M1, 1.5. Traveling is with the speed of 25 meter per second. So, velocity vector ng 1 is 25. So, is siya sa positive I hat. Then, bumangga kay M2, which is 2,500. Na traveling north naman, so ang ating initial velocity nitong ating second object ay traveling north, so 20 j hat. Nakuha to guys kung bakit 20 j hat, saka yung isa naman ay 25 i hat. So ayan yung ating object 1 and object 2. So find the direction and magnitude of the velocity of the wreckage after the collision, assuming that the vehicles undergo a perfectly inelastic collision. So meaning, iisa lang ang kanilang velocity after. So, dahil nga may x and y component tayo dito, so kunin muna natin yung at x. So at x, so momentum before, that would be 1.5 times velocity ni M1 at x is 25. Then plus second object, ang mass ay 2.5. So anong velocity at x ni 2.5 ni object 2? Kita natin j hat lang siya, di ba? So 0 to. Then equal M1 plus M2. So parehas na sila. I-add lang natin sila. Then this would be its final velocity. O bakit naging ganyan? I-add kasi nga nakalagay ay inelastic. So this is VF at x. So what is now the final velocity at x? So we can cancel this. Paki-solve. So that would be 1.5 times 25. Sige, lagyan natin dito. 1.5 times 25. And this is divided by 1.5 plus 2.5 is 4,000. So ano ating velocity at x? So 9.38 meter per second. Now, at y. At y naman, 1.5. Si mass 1, wala ang galaw. Pero si 2.5, meron. And that is times 20. Then this is equal to 1.5 plus 2.5. Then this is now final velocity at y. So what is now our final velocity at y? So this is cancel. So this means 2.5 times 20. And this is divided by 4,000 then. So what is the result? 12.5. So, ang pinapahanap, direction and magnitude. So, pwede ngayon natin sabihin, guys, that the final velocity, so this is now a vector. Diba? So, ano yung ating final velocity vector? Sa x, 9.38. So, this is I hat. Then, sa y, plus 12.5. J hat. So, what is now the final velocity? Magnitude. What would be the magnitude? (15.63). How about the theta? Ano ngayon ang theta? Kasi kailangan din natin ng direction. So, arctangent. Ang y is 12.5 divided by 9.38. So, anong ating theta? So, 53.12 degrees. So, ayan na yung ating sagot. Pero kung lalagyan natin, kasi nasa quadrant 1 naman siya, di ba? Nasa quadrant 1. So, pwede rin natin lagyan north of east. Kasi yun yung quadrant 1. 53.12 degrees north of